Morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. We're thrilled to have on Eric Osborne. Unfortunately, not under the best of circumstances regarding StubHub, which we'll get to in a second, guys. TicketCon 2026 is happening July 26, 2026, New Orleans Contemporary Art Center. Link is in my bio to buy tickets. Join me, Tommy Dorfman. Thank you to our great sponsors, Azalea House, Ticket Data, Ticket Vision. Guys, it's right before that dinosaur conference on Monday, so make sure you buy your tickets. If you're into tickets, live events, we'd love to see you at our inaugural TicketCon, the Contemporary Arts Center in New Orleans. But getting to it today, and unfortunately, throughout the first 9 days of the FIFA World Cup, we are experiencing StubHub horror stories, and we had Christian on the other day, and this morning we want to welcome Eric Osborne to the show. Eric, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on, Scott.
Absolutely. Hopefully, better, obviously, under the circumstances. So, obviously, what happened with your situation with StubHub? Why don't you kind of break it down? And I know producer MCF has some exhibits to show of what went wrong with your StubHub FIFA World Cup orders.
Yeah, absolutely. So, first ended up getting tickets the day of the draw. I still remember this day. I was flying back home from a work trip, watching the draw on my phone in an Uber. Get back home, and my wife's like, "What are you watching?" I go, "Hey, it's the World Cup draw, right?" And I was just telling her, I go, "We're going to know who's coming to Dallas. We live here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area." And the games were announced. Literally right after that, I got on to StubHub and started looking at just different tickets that were available. Ended up purchasing three different matches, and one of those being England and Croatia.
Sure. So the big match, England-Croatia, which happened this week. And what happened with that match?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see, Friday night after the big USA win, was laying in bed. I saw a weird email come through saying about, sorry, the seller couldn't fulfill your tickets. Looked on it and looked to try to get different options on there. There was nothing on there. So at that time, I was tired. I'm like, hey, I'm just going to go to bed. I'll deal with this in the morning. Sure, it's just a glitch. Got on the next morning and same thing, no options.
Absolutely terrible. So obviously no options. Did you try to give StubHub a call after that to see what was going on?
To be quite frank, I didn't, Scott. I was trying to pivot. I was
Right.
frustrated, right? Looking at different options. To be quite frank, I went through the FIFA resale site. It was a lot easier, like light years easier than StubHub.
Right.
Luckily ended up purchasing tickets for another match, and those were transferred to my FIFA World Cup ticket app pretty quickly, right? But I didn't. I'd seen the story, Scott, of other people on X, and I'm like, this is probably not going to get anywhere, right?
Right.
So instead of missing out, I'm like, hey, I need to pivot and get some ASAP. So
Okay. So obviously no kudos to you for obviously pivoting, going on the official FIFA resale last minute site. Obviously not the best user experience, but at least you're going to get your tickets that way. Did StubHub offer you a refund for the Croatia?
they did offer a refund. On there for it. It took me a minute to kind of figure out what I wanted to do. I think the key, Scott, that really stands out is, and this just blows my mind, is StubHub actually reached out on one of the tags on the X post that I made, or maybe it was you, one of the two, and they were like, "Hey, DM us. We'll help you out. We'll get you taken covered. No worries at all." Crickets.
Right.
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, they do a great job, obviously, with those XAI bots and so forth. And no, really, the theme of it is, and we've been covering this for really about 6 months now of wrongs within StubHub, is obviously they want to tell you what you want to hear. And obviously, they go crickets. They don't do anything unless you really give them hell and back like we do here on the Ticket Talk network and so forth, and start a lawsuit and help out 160 victims. This is before the FIFA World Cup. We're going to start another one here probably in July and August to recoup funds and obviously major inconveniences for fans like you, Eric. Was there other matches too you purchased? I think you mentioned.
Yeah, so just to give you a little bit of insight, I ended up buying 3 matches. I got the match for Japan and Sweden here coming up next Thursday, and then
Yeah.
a round of 32 here in Dallas. Now, luckily, those tickets were transferred
Okay.
from StubHub to my FIFA account, but it was really shady. It came from a weird email, and then just trying to transfer them was nuts. And who knows? I may go to the stadium on Thursday and not even be able to access them through the FIFA app. Who knows? I'm hoping that's not the case, but I mean,
Let's
luckily I was able to get those two.
yeah, let's dive into that. So you got it from a weird email. Was it? Did you accept them through the official FIFA app?
I did, yeah. So I ended up was able to. I had to go ahead and create a account through FIFA with the email address they provided, and then had to go
Got it.
into that account and transfer them into
You had
my
to use.
official FIFA app.
Okay, so let's go back here. So StubHub wanted to use their email to accept the tickets through the FIFA app, something weird like that.
Correct. It was really weird, really strange. Thankfully, I can tell you, thankfully, I did get them into my FIFA World Cup ticket app. Just full transparency. Before all this happened, I ended up buying tickets to Japan and Netherlands. That happened last Sunday through the FIFA resale site, which again
Right,
was a lot easier experience.
right.
And those ended up working just fine. So I'm praying that the ones that I got from StubHub on the other two do go through for the remaining
You think
matches.
like those like weird tendencies that, and this is common with them, is that they have you send tickets and they have you create emails through their emails. Like that just really calls out for shadiness, sketchiness, scamminess. And this we're talking about StubHub as a company on the New York Stock Exchange, asking fans to use emails to accept tickets through the FIFA site. Like, does that sound kosher, Eric?
I don't. I mean, I think it's pretty shady business practices. I've used other ticket sites. Blissfully, I was able to go to Game 7 of the NBA Finals in OKC last year. I used a different one. I used SeatGeek, and it was easy. Easy. Got the tickets transferred. It's my first time using StubHub. I'll never use them again. I've even got another horror story for you, Scott. That's
Yep.
even wilder, right? So for the Japan and Netherlands game, and this is before all this went down, I was like, hey, I know parking can be a hassle at the stadium. I'm gonna go ahead and prepay parking because I've been saying, hey, it could be, $200 plus right on game day.
Right.
I prepaid parking through StubHub for the event for Japan and the Netherlands. When me and my wife showed up in the exact parking spot that we prepaid for, there was no prepaid spots available. It was all game day pay.
Wow.
Like to me, right? I mean, to me, right there, it just baffles me. Like, and here's the thing too, Scott. Thankfully, I mean, I'm very lucky to be able to live in a host city. I've been lucky to be able to go to a few, have tickets for other matches. The people I feel like horrible for are the ones that don't live in here in the area,
Right.
traveled across the globe to a town, paid thousands of dollars for travel accommodations, only to have the rug pulled out from underneath them, like maybe a day before the event that they're not gonna be able to go to, or they're gonna have to pay double, triple the cost if they want to go. That's asinine. That's crazy.
Absolutely. That's what we're experiencing. I mean, every day of this FIFA World Cup, folks traveling from not just the U.S., honestly, all over the globe, and we're not like this internet sensation that Freddie's getting on getting private jets offered to him, getting VIP access from Gianni and so forth. Like I find stuff like that sickening that we're helping out a random internet phenom, Freddie, a German tourist. No offense against him, but then we have
Yeah.
StubHub victims from all over the globe, U.S. folks like you affected. Obviously, you're lucky you're in the same town. You're able to figure out the mess that you're in easier than others. But obviously, it just is really sickening that we have StubHub. They're on the New York Stock Exchange, a public traded company operating like a black market and giving you the runaround, not giving you your tickets, having you use sketchy emails to accept tickets through FIFA apps, have you prepay for parking to get to the stadium. The parking isn't available. It just seems like we're buying tickets on a black marketplace for a company that's listed on the New York Stock Exchange StubHub. So unbelievable.
Yeah, 100%. I think when you buy tickets, right? This is coming from a buyer. Hey, I know that the value of the ticket could go up or hey, it could go down, right? I get that when you run that risk. I think the key thing from a customer is you just want the assurance that you're going to be able to go, right? If you go through an app or you go through a service to buy a ticket, that you're going to be able to go because, well, I mean, this situation, hey, it wasn't, it was me and my wife, right? But if it would have been my girls that I couldn't take to a game because of this, and I had to explain to them. I mean, I just can't imagine the families and the parents that are having to explain to their kids that aren't of age that really can't comprehend or understand that. Like, I mean, that's terrible. That's awful.
Terrible. I mean, no, it's the kids, and we had a story yesterday of a girl in Mexico and a 10-year-old girl that couldn't get in. She didn't understand what's going on. Same with the Seattle Aussie match in Seattle. Um, Grandpa taking their grandkid to a game, got scammed by StubHub, couldn't get in. What do you explain to these kids that they can't get in? I could just picture myself as a 9-year-old kid. My father takes me to the World Cup and we don't get the tickets from StubHub, of how upset I would be over it. And I'm just upset hearing these stories. So it's just absolutely horrific indeed.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, I mean, you and I grew up in a different generation, where, we had paperback tickets at the time, right? I still have some old ticket stubs. So you knew if you had them and you got 'em from the ballpark or the arena that they were legit. I mean, look, I'm all about convenience. You get we're in modern different times. I get for a world event, hey, this is the way you got to have it. But yeah, I don't know how you. I mean, I'm blessed that I don't have to be in that position, and I really do feel for any father or any mother or any grandparent, like anyone having to explain to their kids, say, hey, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go, right? So,
No, absolutely. Athlete accessory pairs. So action items, we always have follow-ups after these interviews. We want to know that you make sure you get your refunds for was it the Croatia Ecuador game?
yeah, it's funny, right? You get a refund for what you paid, but what was the resale value on those tickets, right? I mean, I think I looked at, just to see what they were going. I think they were probably triple what I paid, originally for the tickets. I think I paid, give or take about 800, 850 a ticket. And I think by the time game day was coming around for the same tickets had, they were going for about 3K a pop. So
That's the problem too, right? I mean, obviously fans are paying less, and obviously the FIFA World Cup surged dramatically as
yeah.
the tournament started a week ago. So it's really kind of just like the notion of like having to dig out your wallet to pay the difference since the prices surged. We have a question here from Adrian. This is why we are fixing the problem. The problem will be amplified. The buyer will actually have to pay for air tickets and lodging and are stopped at the venue. This is exactly why we have to fix it, Adrian. Thanks for the comment on LinkedIn regarding this. We're going to help queues become fear anti-scalping belts to enable people to buy their own tickets. Okay, so Adrian's promoting his ticketing system, whatever that may be. So we appreciate that, Adrian. But thanks for coming on, Eric, and please keep me posted. Stay in touch to make sure you get your refunds from those tickets, and obviously make sure you get in the Japan game next week.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you know if there's any issues come Thursday. I'll make sure to ping you again and say, hey, let's do this dance again. But thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for taking the time just to hear my story out. And again, I feel for anyone that is in this situation. Again, my heart goes out to you.
Eric, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. We will absolutely stay in touch. Thanks for coming on. If you're a StubHub victim of the FIFA World Cup and you want to come on to tell your story here on the Ticket Talk Network, DM me on X, any social media platforms, and we will get you on. Eric, thank you so much again. We'll stay in touch, my friend. Have a great Saturday. Enjoy the games.
You too. Thanks, Scott. Bye bye.